Hi Scorpio, thank you for joining me for your April 2018 Astro Tarot forecast. I am shuffling the Lover's Path Tarot by Chris Walter, and it's very romantic. I love this deck. And let's start. I'm grateful for you subscribing. If you're new to the channel, welcome. I use a new tarot deck every month. I switch it up, and I find that helps me as a medium to gain even more messages than I normally would just knowing what the tarot means. So, thank you for being here. Thank you for subscribing and liking, sharing, donating, and supporting my channel here on YouTube, my Instagram page, and my Facebook page. I appreciate you. Let's get to it. We are coming out of a full moon experience on March 31st. This was a blue moon illuminating your very quiet sector of the 12th house. And Scorpio, it's a good thing to be a Scorpio having the assistance of Jupiter in your first house. So you can't really feel too negative with that planet's energy in that sector of body and self. And some of the aspects in this month could use a little positivity because we have some harsher placements happening here. On the 2nd of April, Mars will be conjunct Saturn at an exact 8 degrees. And I'm having people circle that day. The 2nd of April is a rocky day, and this impedes the 3rd house of communications. So it's really best for Scorpio and Scorpio rising to watch what you're saying and how you are expressing yourself. You don't want to say anything too quickly. Watch your reactions. This is a very powerful and aggressive day. Saturn, the old limitations, is confronted with Mars, the planet of war and anger and aggression and racing rapidly, progressing ahead. And Saturn's like, no, stay back here in this limited, restricted area. I feel like there could be things said that you might regret if you react too quickly that day. As well as on the 7th, 8th, and 9th of April, our moon will transit over these planetary positions, and this lends to an intuitiveness for Scorpio in the 3rd house of siblings, communication, expression, editing, writing, and all of this top half of the month, Mercury is still retrograde. So truly, watch how you're delivering your messages and with whom you are speaking. This is a testy time, and these planets are powerful. Power is Mars, and Pluto is deconstruction and endings and change, transformation. So this is big stuff. It's best to be seen and not heard. I would say all of April, but in particular the 2nd, the 7th, the 8th, the 9th, and the 26th of April is another day I'd like for you to put an asterisk next to this, because Pluto, your ruling planet, is retrograde, conjunct Mars at 21 degrees exactly in this 3rd house. So each of these 3 players gets to feel what each other is like exactly to the degree they're stationed. And this is a hostile energy. On the 26th, there's some hostile, powerful leadership, control energy happening globally. And Mars being war and Pluto being death and change, you know, that's a harsh day. I'm sure we're going to be waking up with the CNN alerts on that day. But for you personally, Jupiter's with you. You're feeling everything bigger than necessary anyway. And your ruling planet is retrograde, Mercury retrograde, and all conjunct Mars and Saturn. There are lessons to be learned, and reactions should be kept to a minimum, verbal and especially physical. Mars is a physical planet. Watch your road rage. Just be aware of the people around you in public situations. On the 14th, something positive occurs, affecting you in a beautiful way. Jupiter sextiles Pluto, and Jupiter in the first house, Pluto in the third house at an exact 21 degrees. This is a redirection, but in a benevolent way, in a positive way. Jupiter is assisting in the elevation of your life path, and once every 12 years, this planet can push you forward and bring you to a position that's outside of the plateau that you might have been on. And if you are a writer, someone creative, editing, public speaking, even teaching, you are marketing yourself. You can get a lot of work done in those areas, but you're marketing yourself very well regardless of what you do. There's some expansion happening on the 14th. Maybe you're seen in a limelight, and it's kind of Wheel of Fortune vibe, change of direction for the betterment of you. This is also benevolent in the area of you connecting with your siblings, the third house. You might receive a new vehicle that day. This could be an expansion in the third house of transportation. On the 15th of April, Mercury finally goes direct, and that's the day we have our new moon at 26 degrees of Aries. Mercury is direct at 4 degrees of Aries. All of this energy is conjunct Uranus in your 6th house of health and well-being. And this is a beautiful new moon to initiate new health practices, regimens, routines. Doctor's visits can happen from the 15th on. Exams, work-related contracts and negotiations can push forward. Signatures can happen, and it's a better vibe in the middle of the month than right at the beginning and even right at the end. Chiron is entering Aries as well on the 17th with Juno to assist in healing old wounds, literally and metaphorically, in the 6th house of health. So for any of you who have been coming out of ailments, chemotherapy, and surgeries, this is a beautiful energy for you in this area and can assist in healing. Now we have our sun entering Taurus on the 19th. Your soulmate sector has the life force of our sun placed inside of it for 30 days. And marriage potential, partnerships, business and otherwise, can be worked on in a positive area, in a positive energy. You could connect with someone, soulmate, that you're supposed to meet around this time. Venus, the planet of love and attraction, enters Gemini on the 24th, and this is beautiful for your intimacies, sexual relationships, and attraction. Attracting the right intimate connection is happening here. And Venus is also positive shared resources and who's investing in you, and in the 8th house of investments and shared resources. So this is a very strong money time for Scorpio, the last week of April. And now we have your full moon closing the month on the 29th at 9 degrees of Scorpio in your 1st house, conjunct Jupiter. Talk about a big moon. This will be lighting up the sky. And this is the wind moon, the big wind moon. And this occurs in the 1st house, putting to bed any habits, stagnant rituals, and closing the door on old energy is important. And something will be illuminated for Scorpio here at this full moon of intrigue, and a little bit of taste of mystery is in this full moon. And that's what you are, intrigue and mystery. Look, I'm wearing a little emblem for you. I just bought myself this little gem. Couldn't resist. Mary Magdalene rests above the scorpion, though. Okay, let's get to the cards and see what's up for Scorpio. If you'd like to read with me, I read all through the month. You can reach me at audreyalison.com. And feel free to check out my links below. I provide online courses, as well as my Vimeo on-demand medium messages are available for March, and April's will be up in just a day or two. Okay, Scorpio. 5 of Cups. Well, some of you are in the top of the month looking back with some emotional energy, reflection. That's not what I wanted to say. It's not my word. I'm hearing reflection. See how those lights are kept on in the castle? And he's covering his eyes like he can't bear to witness. He can't bear to witness or see this. So he's turned it off. Some Scorpios are emotional, and 3 of those cups are spilled and 2 are upright. So connecting a little bit with the past is present here in this card, and some of you can't bear to look back to the past. It's too upsetting. You're too emotionally invested in something. Let's see what's here. 9 of Arrows, 9 of Swords. Sleeplessness, thought process while at rest is creating some angst for Scorpio, Scorpio rising, or Scorpio moon. Please watch all 3 of those signs or placements for you. There's unrest to the energy of these cards together, and we are having that full moon in your sign, and that is an emotional time period for you. Oh yeah, look at this. 6 of Cups. This is the past. This is nostalgia, memories, getting lost back in time. And all this water is present in these cards. So Scorpio, in the Mercury retrograde, you are reminded. And there is a connection here. There feels like an intimacy that you're analyzing something, it's keeping you up, keeping, your mind active. 4 of Coins. Now we get into some stability and security, being protected, provided for, working hard, savings, budgeting. Security that's even not really money related, but related to your confidence and self-worth and self-value. Some of you, oh, wow, look at that. See how he's a distant, faded memory in this card? Some of you feel better when you look back to the past. You feel secure in your daydream of remembering. And for some of you, that is what comforts you and makes you feel secure, is living in this memory. You have one more card, though. Wow. Hey. Hi, Scorpio. The Prince of Cups. Tristan, from Tristan and Isolde. There's a new moon on this card, so the 15th of April is present. But this is the Scorpio. This is here to suggest you in the reading. And it could be another water sign in your life, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. And this connection makes you feel secure. And you could feel comfortable around mid-month. Like I said, that is a little bit of reprieve in between the book-ended, abrupt energies we're having. You could be reminded of dreams that of the past, and maybe you're not too happy about it, or it's making you frustrated. And, honestly, this is a frustrating month. It's a blessing you have Jupiter with you. It's the ease in this situation, this positive planet in your first house sector. Try to turn this sadness around, and retreating from participating in any aggressive or reactionary energy is my advice for you this month. I hope that this reading was helpful for you, Scorpio. I'm wishing you a beautiful season of spring. Remember, the sky is limitless, so reach for the stars.